Hello again. It is your host, Andrea Stewart. Just wanted to come back again and want to continue to just drop what I consider nuggets of wisdom, inspiration, and encouragement. Wanted to just give the audience a little bit of information as to why I am actually putting together content in a podcast is to hopefully encourage someone, let them know that you're not alone, that we all deal with different things. I know we all have different things that we struggle with, that we deal with, but I primarily talk to women and have meetings with them, or what we call, we jokingly, we call them therapy sessions. But we have a ministry here where we come together. The ladies meet on Saturday and we meet at one location. And then we also have branched out where we have others in different cities and states. So we also offer it on Zoom as well. So it's just been great to see the class grow. The name of the group is Women of Destiny. I started that over about 10 years ago. And it's just for, it's a support group. It's an encouragement for women. I'm a woman, so I can relate to women and, we talk about issues from family, from relationships to just being mothers, single mothers, mothers that are married, just family issues. And most of all, what we've been focusing on lately, to be honest, because before you can really start dealing with the dynamics of being in a family setting or relationship setting, the first person that we have to deal with or should deal with is us as individuals. So a lot of things that we've been talking about, it deals with self, individual evaluation, looking at yourself, looking at some things that we can do to improve ourselves so that we can be better women in the community, in our families, in our relationships to our mothers. So it's very important that we as individuals work on ourselves. So, you know, anyone, of course, can listen to the content, and I sure hope that it is an encouragement. But I just wanted to be a little bit more specific as to why I'm doing this, why I'm getting on here and speaking and sharing and encouraging, because pretty much this is what I do every week. And I've been doing it for quite some time, except again, it's been in a group setting and also on, and lately Zoom. So that's been a great instrument. But, I thought I could expand it out and not just make it limited to a group of people, to the same group of people, because of course, when we do Zoom, it's sent out through a link. So basically, you have to be invited, introduced to it. This way, this form where it's open to anyone all over the world that, can just chime in and plug in. So just wanted to give that introduction today so that we could be clear as to why, where I'm doing this and why it's so important to me. It's dear to my heart. So, this is my element. This is what I do. And hopefully it continues to build and encourage someone up, because that's the whole purpose of it. The sole purpose is to bring hope and bring awareness that, we can be in a negative situation, but there's all, for every problem, there is a solution. And I do believe that, for sicknesses, I know there's some that seem to be uh, more dangerous than others, or more, hard to get rid of. But I just believe that there's a remedy. There is a cure. There is a restoration for things that have been damaged. So, getting that little piece out the way, I did mention last week, gave you a little bit of an introduction of what I wanted to talk a little bit about this week. And I had taught a while back a class where I use the terminology, or I use the phrase of identity theft. And I know when we think about identity theft, we think, okay, someone's stolen our information. Someone is, using my personal information to their advantage, and things like that. But what I want to talk about today, when we talk about identity theft, is where we have to be careful that we stop being or becoming or acting as the person that we were prior to relationships or being introduced to other people. And it seems like, they can't seem to get with how you carry yourself or how you do things. So you just shut down. And to me, that is another form of identity theft, because my identity is basically being taken away from me. It's been stolen from me because maybe someone doesn't think I'm funny and I do, and that's part of who I am. Or maybe, there's certain things that I enjoy doing and, just being myself. And then I have someone tell me, oh, well, that's silly. That doesn't make sense. Or even in the way you dress or carry yourself, everyone has a style. Everyone has something that they like. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that because it's very important that we, as individuals, and like I said, I'm speaking to the ladies, where we can just be who we are without apology and without all this reservation. And, you can't be comfortable going outside unless you look a certain way or you are a certain way. And my thing is, if I was happy being myself and happy doing things before I got around individuals, and then I start getting around individuals, and now all of a sudden I'm dissatisfied, I'm not comfortable, I have to walk on eggshells. Well, that right there, that lets me know that something's wrong. And it's not that we can't tone things down. You don't want to be too rambunctious, being out in public or just whatever it is. But at the end of the day, you should be comfortable in your own skin and being you, and whatever you looks like or whatever you look like to you, that's who you should continue to be. So let me go a little bit deeper here on stealing identity. I know that there's some scenarios where, you could be around friends or people that you enjoy hanging out with. And it's okay to appreciate the way someone looks, the way someone acts or carries themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have to be careful that, I want to bring it from a different side. So I was talking about having someone steal away your identity by making you feel a certain kind of way or saying things to you which will alter your state of mind, alter the way that you do things. I want to look at it from a different standpoint too. So we're talking about identity theft. So let's make sure that we're not also stealing, in a sense, someone else's identity by becoming like them, like wanting to look like them and be like them and act like them. I mean, this may sound a little out there, but I've known individuals who have actually literally taking on the sound of the way some women, especially in the ministry I was in, they sound just like the first lady of the church. I mean, just took on her whole persona, just everything. And there is nothing wrong with admiring and appreciating and enjoying and liking something about someone, but it's something wrong when you start changing who you are or altering who you are to become like someone else. That's literally duplicating, or in a sense stealing away their identity, because that's who they are, that's how they roll, that's how they look, that's how they carry themselves. So what am I trying to bring out today, or what's my point, is being at a place where you and I, like, where you're comfortable in your own skin, just being you, doing you, like I said, without apology, without explaining yourself. And I have to tell this person, this is why I didn't know. You shouldn't have to do that. It is okay to be an individual. Now, of course, we don't want to be doing things out here that are destructive and that are crazy. But the point that I want to make is, and I've said it before, you don't want someone to take away your voice, to take away your joy, take away your happiness, take away who you are. And when it comes down to relationships and it comes down to individuals, and literally, if you look at anything in life, we want to look at things being added to our lives. Like, you go to a job, you apply for a job. Why? Because you need or want income added to your life. You want benefits added. So you go to that job because there's benefits. There's things that you can, that you need to sustain you. Well, that's the way we ought to think about when it comes to allowing people in our circle and relationships. It's okay to monitor and to look at who you want in your immediate circle. You do have the right to say, hey, this is this is good or this is not good for me. And I want to say this. I don't want to go around saying, oh, this is a bad person, and because there are bad people, but there's also good people. But I also believe this too, that you can have a person that is a decent person, but they're not good for you, or maybe they're not good for another, but they may be good or to someone else, but maybe just not you. So it's just, getting into that place again where when you're satisfied with yourself, when you're happy with yourself, and you're happy in your own skin, and you're confident in who you are. And I'm not talking about arrogance, I'm talking about being confident when you're okay with looking like you look, and being like you are. There's a confidence that draws people. You would actually draw more people to you just being confident in who you are than you would being uncomfortable all the time and always being apologetic and making excuses, and I put this on today because I had nothing else. No, you put that on, more than likely because that's you. That's what you wanted to put on. So when we look at ourselves, sometimes I feel like we look at people through a different lens or through different eyes. And if you can find positive things about other people, and you can praise other people and encourage other people and lift them up and build them up, but you can't do that for yourself, that's an issue, and that's a problem. And that's something that we have to work on, is self-love, loving ourselves. Because if you can be a good friend and a best friend to someone else, and you can't seem to find that nowhere around you, well, then you can become that person to yourself. I've often said, if I was my own best friend, like I've been others, I was saying to myself, I know I would be further along. Just the encouragement alone. So don't allow anyone to steal your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, your character, your funniness, your quirkiness, whatever it is. If you're a flower child, airhead, or whatever it is, be happy being that individual, because that is who you are. The only time I would say, as far as alterations, is if it's something that you don't like about you, that you want to change and make adjustments. So we don't want to deal with identity theft. We don't want it to be so, as far as people taking our identity, our social security numbers, our date of births, our paperwork, our information. And you shouldn't want anyone to take away your character, your happiness, your joy, your peace. Things that you find pleasure in, continue doing that. Continue being you. My thing is this: we're all different. There's so many different athletes. You have football players, you have basketball, you have tennis. There's so many different levels of professionals. But guess what? Find out what team works best for you, where you fit in, and get on that team. If a person plays football and then they try to get on a basketball court, it's a collision, it's a clash, it's going to be an issue. That person is not going to fit in. You're not going to be the best athlete that you can be. But when you get in your lane, when you get on the team that you were designed, and you get in the game that you were designed to play for, it's okay, and when you get there, then you'll find out, hey, okay, well, the people that are around me, we have something in common. We all like the same things. And guess what? You all will begin to, it'll be a better unity, a better community for you. So don't apologize for being different, for, being who you are. Don't let anyone steal that from you. Don't let anyone talk it down. Don't let anyone change your mind, alter you. Because here's my thing: if I was all of that, if all the things that you're saying to me was bad, why are you here? Why would you bother with someone that's such a messed up individual? See, there's something wrong with that. That's the issue that I have. Okay, you found all these things, but yet you're still here, and you're still gleaning from my substance. You're still growing from being connected to me. So I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense. So just wanted to give you a little tidbit, I call them nuggets, just something small to think about, something to encourage you along the way. It's okay. You be you. Do you. And my prayer is that you do you in a positive way. Like I said, we don't want you going around just doing anything. But you know what? It's okay to be totally different, to be comfortable in your skin. And again, if you want to make any alterations, any changes, any adjustment, let it be your decision. Let it be because that's what you desire and not a desire of another person. Hope I said something here. I promise you, I'm going to keep working on this. I want it to grow. I hope that something was said to encourage you. Don't let anyone steal your identity. Don't let them steal your dreams. Don't let them steal anything that pertains to you. Be encouraged, and God bless you.